Faith without works is dead. Now, you've heard that phrase from the book of James in the Bible over and over throughout your life, right? Have you ever sat still and thought about what it means? And right there, in the think about it, lies the problem of what I'm fixing to discuss. You see, way too many men are frustrated with where they are in life for two reasons. Number one, they have no vision for what the life they are complaining about not having looks like. And number two, they have a vision for something, but the actions they are taking are not in harmony with what they say they want. Let me go ahead and repeat those two things. They have no vision for what the life they are complaining about not having looks like. And number two, they have a vision for something, but the actions they are taking are not in harmony with what they say they want. He's so lucky. Well, let me tell you, no, he's not. He's just doing things that you're not willing to do. He's so lucky. No, he's not. He's just figured out a better way to do it. He's so lucky. Well, let me tell you, no, he's not. He's just outlasted the quitters. In this video, this is video number 2 of the series titled A Man's 5 Commitments. If you missed video number 1, you'll definitely want to check it out. Commitment number 1 is to be willing. A commitment means to be dedicated to a purpose or a cause. This is video number 2, again, commitment number 2, to do more. So let's put those two things together where they belong before we begin. To be willing to do more. Welcome to Masculine the Core and the Man in the Arena podcast. My name is Mark Mascola. If you're just joining us, we haven't met yet. If this is the first time you've stepped into the arena with us, first, let me say welcome. And number 2, I know you're going to ask, what is Masculine the Core all about? Masculine the Core is an alliance of men whose primary purpose is to be defined by their masculine walk with God. We want you to understand how to be more God-centered and purposefully create a fulfillment-driven life by thriving, not just surviving, but thriving in the 8 key areas that every modern man must master to understand personal, professional, and spiritual fulfillment. In the beginning of the Bible, the book of Genesis, God said, let us create man in our image, in our likeness. What did he do? He created us, and then he affirmed what he had done was good. What would you say, I'm going to ask you a question. What would you say is the number 1 characteristic of a man who is created in the image and the likeness of the Creator? If you guessed to create, bullseye. Creation doesn't just happen. God didn't say, let's think about it. God said, let's do it. God did the work. So here's what you have to understand. The Creator created creators. That's me, that's you. You see, a great relationship with your wife without works is dead. A healthy, fit body without works is dead. Thriving financially. You can see where I'm going with this, right? Courage, mental toughness, resilience is for doers, and without works, it's dead. You see, anything you want to create requires work. It requires actions. It requires course adjustments and pivot points. It requires persistence. You have to stick with it. If you ever wandered away and feel like you have separated yourself from God for any reason, know He is always welcoming you back. The truth is, men, we are all modern day prodigals. God is constant, and we're always wandering away and having to find our way back, wandering away and finding our way back. Remember, our separation from God is always based on us and never based on what God does. And again, we're modern day prodigals, and He will welcome us back no matter what. But the first thing that it takes purposeful actions for you to remove that separation. You see, one of the 8 key areas that I just mentioned a few minutes ago, one of those 8 key areas is recreation. While, we can talk about it meaning, vacation, time you get off, time that you rest. If you kind of rephrase it in recreation, your job, men, to remove the separation between you and God is to recreate a powerful relationship with your Creator. Again, the Creator creates creators. Ask yourself this question, are the actions that you're taking consistent with a man whose primary purpose is to be defined by his masculine walk with God? Ask yourself that question and you will very easily understand what separates you from God and what brings you closer. Faith without works is dead. It's not enough to simply say that you believe in God. Let me ask you, does it show in your life? Are you an example of God working in, with, for, and most importantly, through you? What does your family say about that? What does your friends say about that? What do the people that you bump into on the streets, do they see God working in, with, for, and most importantly, through you? These, my brother, are the works. Now, there are 5 simple steps that I'm going to share with you that can take you from where you are to help you begin today creating a fulfillment-driven life. Now, let me tell you something. This requires action. Don't just think about it. So here's what to do. Grab something to write with and write on. This is a lesson straight from the More Powerful Me course that's been empowering men just like you for close to 2 decades. The first step has 2 parts. Step number 1, write down one thing in your life that you'll no longer settle for. Doesn't matter whether it's personal, professional, spiritual, write down one thing that you will no longer settle for. Then write down its exact opposite. Step number 2, I call this the 1 for 1. I know you're busy, I'm busy too. We all have these chaotic lifestyles where our calendars are full and we can't possibly fit one other thing into them. So to make positive accelerated change, you're going to write down one thing that you're not going to settle for. You're going to write down its exact opposite. Then you are going to figure out, you're going to trade one action for one action. What's one thing that you're doing that moves you closer to the thing that you're done settling for, and one thing that moves you farther away from it? You're going to quit doing one, start doing another. That way you don't have to create any extra time, because we have no extra time. Step number 3, you're never going to win a game that you don't understand the game. This being a man thing is hard. Being a husband, being a father, being an impactful leader in your home and in your community, being the provider and the protector of your family. It's hard stuff. The masculine journey is filled with adversity. You have to understand when you're doing this and you are going to no longer settle for something and make it a passion and a purpose to begin changing your life by doing the exact opposite, you have to identify the adversities that are in your way. Know that accomplishing this is never a straight line from here to there. You're going to have to make course adjustments, have to take pivot points, but know that the adversities are there and you can overcome them. That's step number 3. So step number 4, and this is really important. So in step number 1, you decided that there was something you were no longer going to settle for. You just removed all emotions. You just made a decision. I'm just not going to settle for this anymore. Step number 4, you have to put the emotions back into the game. Become clear on why doing this is important. You have to learn to attach positive emotions to the outcome. You know, I've coached and mentored men in recovery from addiction in their marriages, and I've helped men with all sorts of things for over the last 2 decades. Every time we sit down to begin working together, we always paint a picture of what the outcome is that we want, and we learn to attach positive emotions to the outcomes, because if you love the outcome more than you love the actions, you're going to be willing to do what most men won't and take the actions. Now, an analogy I use all the time is exercise. You may not like exercising, but if you are committed to having a healthy, fit body and you love the outcome of having a healthy, fit body, you will exercise, take the actions to have a healthy, fit temple that houses your spirit. Step number 5, and this is the deal, guys. Purposeful, direct prayer. You have to pray about it. Becoming God-centered begins with your prayer life. Now, let me tell you something. The amount of time doesn't matter. You can say, well, man, I go to a church a couple times a week. I get all that. But here's what you have to understand. God would rather have you fully engaged for a minute than have you struggling trying to be committed to Him for an hour. Fully engaged for a minute, turning your world off, putting your phone aside, doing something that has you stepping outside of your normal day in, day out to spend some quality time with God. Purposeful, direct prayer doesn't mean that you have to remember prayers that you heard in church or just have a conversation. Talk to God like He's your Father, because He is. This is what it means to become God-centered, and it begins with your prayer life. So in closing, let me tell you, you don't have to think your way into right action. You have to act your way into right thinking. Actions create the desire for more actions. Thinking about actions create what? They create the desire for more thinking. Don't sit around on your brains. Get up and get going. God creates creators. God wants to partner with you to help you create a fulfillment-driven life. Creators focus on actions. The results take care of themselves. Doing the thing, even when you don't feel like doing the thing, you just got to do it. Now, I'd love to hear your comments about commitments number 1 and 2. Again, if you have, if you want to know what those 2 commitments are, they are videos number 1 and this video number 2. Putting them together, be willing to do more. This is the foundation of creating a fulfillment-driven life. Now listen, I want to invite you to step into this arena and subscribe to be part of the Masculine to the Core Men's Alliance. Again, Masculine to the Core and the Man in the Arena podcast, where we are empowering men whose primary purpose is to be defined by their masculine walk with God. We want to help you be a better husband, a better father, a better businessman, and an impactful leader in your home and in your community. So subscribe now so you can get access to video number 3 that's coming up. We'll see you on the next video.